Right, we're good.
Okay, well, I think we should first start off by introducing ourselves. I'm Betsy,
I'm
Amina Zara.
Reagan.
Amin. Amina Zara.
and we volunteered with the Des Moines Area Religious Council, known as DMARC. So first, we're going to start off talking about their history and mission and what they do for the community, and then we're going to talk about our experiences. So DMARC was founded in 1952. It's an interfaith dialogue to help basic human needs. They began as a Protestant-based organization, but now they have over 130 congregations involved, including other Christians, Judaism, Muslim, Buddhist, Native American faiths, Unitarian, and I'm probably going to say this wrong, Baha'i.
I have no idea.
Don't know. Sorry. They have about 34,000 people that they serve annually. There's 12 locations in the Des Moines metro area. We only volunteered at one, but that was kind of like their hub, their home base. And in the year of 2016, 2017, the fiscal year, they served over 48,000 individual people, 20,000 households, and distributed approximately 1.8 food items to the Des Moines area. So their mission from their website is stated as religious communities working together to meet basic human needs. They are a food pantry network, so they receive food donations and then distribute them to other food banks to be distributed to people. Anyone can come in asking for assistance. They will receive an emergency food supply for a 3-day supply of balanced meals for their family size. So depending on how big their family is, determines how much food they will receive. They also do a housing stability fund. So anyone can apply. They can cover like rent for a month, maybe a mortgage payment, anything. This is limited, so they do ask for donations to help cover and help more people. They also do childcare assistance and provide financial funds for those that need it to help cover their childcare, so they can focus their money on stuff that they need for day-to-day stuff, for food or what have you. They cover, obviously, numerous social issues, including hunger. Obviously, it's a food bank pantry, so they're helping those that are in need of food. They also do basic essentials, so they have soap and shampoo, conditioner, other toiletry items that might be needed, and distribute those. They also work against homelessness with the emergency housing fund and the child care funds. That way, if people don't have the money, they can stay in their homes and hopefully save up for future payments that they need. They also have a program called Life After Death of a Spouse, which is a support system, and they provide guidance to these people to help them find what they're going to do with their remaining days and how to get through those troubling times. So with our project, we primarily worked at the main pantry, where they receive many of their donations, organize them, and then distribute them. So we had to count items that came in. They count them. They have to be counted even if they aren't able to distribute them, so that they know how much is donated as well as how much gets distributed to people. We had to inspect every item for expiration dates. If they were used, if they were open, obviously we can't send those out to people. They did tell us a story about numerous peanut butter containers containing spoons or knives in them. So obviously people aren't completely knowing what they're donating. Once they were inspected, we organized them into categories. There's like pasta, mac and cheese, peanut butter, obviously, tuna, but like they were also distributed in like the size or amount. So there's like 3 ounce cans or 4 ounce cans. And that was to make sure that they knew how much of each thing was in each box to be distributed properly. Once there was the set number in each box, they were taped up and then placed aside, and then they were organized into pallets to be distributed to the other food banks. So we found a lot of expired foods.
Oh, we did.
Pretty gross. Just amazing that people had those in their pantry to donate was unbelievable. And they actually had 3 bins color coded for how expired they were. So if they were expired in the last year, they went into the green bin. So the 2017 went into green bin. And that food was actually donated to pastors, priests, nuns, anyone of religious faith that didn't buy their own food, but received these donations, and it was still used. The red bin was for any items expired between like the year 2016. So still expired, but was counted and gotten rid of. And then the black bin, which was labeled kind of the death bin, was anything older than 2015. And that was pretty gross.
And it was full.
It was
still
always
donated.
every single day. It was amazing, the amount of stuff. In one of our pictures, there's an item from 2009, just to show you how bad we saw, but I know they saw foods from like the 70s before.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was crazy.
Yeah.
So from here, in slide 11, it's all the pins together. We call this is expiration zone or expiration item zone. This is where we put the expired stuff, and it gets full so easily, like so quick. And then sometimes I can just go in there and put it in a box and get empty box, and then just counting 50 item, like 100, most 100. So maximum of 100 numbers. I can put it in there and then cover with another box and then label it, date it and label it, and then they can just take it to another place, maybe just to get rid of it because they're not used. That's the black pin I'm talking about. The green bin, that pin, it can go to, as Betsy said, it can go to another church or nun's house. It can donate it. It's still good. People can still use it. So that's the expiration zone. This is you can see Reagan over there. This is the picture on the left side is where we sort out the canned beans or any food. That's the boxes when we come in, we'll just go there and then start sorting out the food. The picture in the middle is where the cereal and all the food can goes. And then was it chicken tuna box over there too? And then the picture on the right side is the aisles, the shelves. That shelves, they have a lot of boxes, and that's where we put the good ones, canned beans, was it beans, the pasta cans, and all the tuna, small ones. They go by numbers and ounces. And then when they get full, we just take it down, seal it, and then label it and date it, and then take it to to the side so that they can just take it when it's ready. So we put another box in there as soon as we take it out, the full one. So the organization taken from donated barrels sorted into specific categories. Examples: the canned beans or the canned food just goes by ounces, and food categories, like there is a beans, there's a tuna, there's a pasta sauce, and there's a soup, and all the food is boxed up to specific name and ounce, and it's labeled with the name of the item, an amount, and the date, and then you seal it and then take it to the where they put it so that they can just take it as it's ready. This is another place. This is not where we sort out the food. This is the boxes that are ready to deliver. You see Reagan on the right picture. That, I don't know what that's called, but all that boxes we piled up. We were asked to volunteer to just help that guy who was taking, his name was it Ryan? I don't know. I don't remember. I'm not good at name. So we put different box food. It's tuna, pasta sauce, cereal, all that different food. It's numbered. So we take each category we take from specific number box. So some comes from like 6 bucks, some 9, some 4. So we put it in there, and then it'll go out to the outside and go to the car, and then they just start donating to the community. So that's the right picture. The one that we piled up, it's ready to go to leave the organization. The picture in the middle is when the boxes will get full, and then they just take it to that place. And then whenever they need to leave the organization, you just pile it up from there. The picture on the right is the way when the boxes get full, we just put it there as specific categories. Each pantry has an order of specific item needed. And we are designed by the orders and how many each items added to the pile. 9 boxes are peaches, 6 boxes, like it's categorized with boxes and names. And we had to place in a specific order. So like the back shelf was the fruit and all the fruit, different type of fruits. Like there's a mixed fruit that we put together. If it's like the can, if it's oversized can or small cans, we still put it together because they are like mixed fruits. And if it's pineapple, we put a pineapple together. And this one we stacked, I guess. I believe that day we stacked this one too. That's me. This was going out actually, and it was we used a lot of muscles to put all these big boxes. I remember I tripped once just going up, and so this was ready to go out outside the organization to be delivered. We stack all this, and it was really fun helping. And they ask us whenever they need help, they just come and grab us, like, hey guys, I need some order going out. Do you mind helping me? So we say, okay. So we pile up this, and this is ready, and it goes by amount of order that they want to go in that. We can't just throw everything in there. So it's just, he has an order, he's looking at a list of the items, and he'll tell us to grab certain amount of boxes, and we just pile it up. This day was my favorite day. We had a lot of chocolate.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that was crazy.
we didn't donate. We didn't box that. I don't know where that much chocolate went, but we didn't box that. We just put it in one. Do you remember where we put it, that chocolate?
Was it
I
like
don't remember where.
miscellaneous or something?
Yeah, but they were not planning to donate, right? They said they don't
Oh, I
donate.
can't remember.
I think they're going to use it for something else.
Oh, well.
Just had-
So, and there's a personal items as well. We that day we counted what, I don't know, I don't remember how many boxes, but it was a lot of items that we had to sort out, and it was mixed. It was personal items, it was baby food, it was baby items, like shampoo and all that kind of stuff. And it was like all that chocolate in each box. And we also had, what was that, Tic Tac?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
We boxed that Tic Tac though. And that day I remember we emptied a lot of boxes. And once I found out a gross paper
Oh my
that
gosh, yeah, that was
pasta
weird.
pasta sauce was,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, it exploded everywhere.
yeah, exploded everywhere. And then I accidentally put my hand in there. I didn't even realize it was gross.
Oh my god. Ugh.
So that when the item come in, and they just put it in a box all mixed up, we have to keep it track. We have to keep track on the item that we taking out from the box. So if it's a shampoo or this personal items goes to personal items category. And we don't have to count, we don't have to boxes. We take it the backside of the store, just put it in one place. They have it in one place. They don't have to box that. I don't know what they did with that, but who sorted out. But we mainly focused on the food ones. This is the personal items wasn't a priority. The food items was most important that we worked on while we volunteered over there. This was the Thanksgiving cart. So we put the small can food that ready to prepare, I guess. So it went here, and was a lot of cart that day. We stock it, and it was going ready to the homelesses, and I guess it's for schools, right? After lunch, after program school.
All right.
So the Thanksgiving item that I was talking about, it was everything. It's applesauce, cranberries, instant potatoes, pumpkin gravy, all that kind of stuff. And it was, I mean, the guy who was there told us that this they do this every year. They just sort out this small Thanksgiving card to give to the community every year. So
Great. Okay, my turn. So, the same day when we were donating, when we were sorting out the Thanksgiving food, putting them in the carts and everything, right before we left, she had one of the ladies there had us sort out some Thanksgiving food that they had got for kids at school for their families that might not have a Thanksgiving dinner like, some of us do. So, as you can see, that's us packing the bags, and we kind of had like an assembly line. We'd go through and pack the bags, and we put them in those boxes, and then we would take them over. So yeah, it was one box of instant potatoes, one box of corn muffin mix, one box of stuffing, 2 cans of green beans, and 1 can of mixed fruit. And they had parent-teacher conferences, and so they want the parents to come to the teacher or parent-teacher conferences. So that was kind of like a way to get them to go there. Because you can't say no to free food. um, so in this next slide, these are the boxes that we got everything out of. So when we would sort, they were bags, mostly bags of stuff, and we would get everything out and sort it. So there's three or four, was it three or four huge boxes?
I think it was
Sometimes 4.
Yeah.
yeah,
Sometimes 3.
on the day.
Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, and they were always full. So actually on the last day, we emptied all three of them. And we were only there from 1 to 4, and we emptied all three of them. We felt super successful. We kept saying that. We were like, oh my gosh, can you believe this? Like,
only 20 minutes left. We gotta get this done.
I know. We were like, we gotta finish this. So yeah, on the last day of our volunteering, we found canned food, personal products, baby food, cereal, and juice. And we usually didn't find a lot of personal products and baby food in there. Mostly it was food. So that last day, it was quite a variety of stuff, which was kind of fun because we got to see where else they put the other things they find in the boxes. And it's kind of interesting. Throughout the building, they have different parts where they have the personal items and toiletries and just all, it's huge in there. And they have all different areas of which they put all these objects and materials for people. So yeah, that's, as I said, we successfully emptied all the boxes. Great feeling. And we sorted all the food into the containers. So the volunteering, we all, as I said before, we all felt extremely successful afterwards. It was just like a really good experience. We always felt accomplished. And it was kind of fun because I kind of like sorting and organizing stuff. So, you know, when we were doing that, you got to put stuff away and then you got to tape it up and put it away. So it felt kind of, I liked it. And when we set up the pallets, it took some upper body strength, which I don't have. So it took took all three of us mostly to get the stuff, but that was kind of cool too, to see like the patterns they put it on the pallet. And then we kept people safe by eliminating the crazy expired foods. I mean, some of them were just insane. Like, why would you even donate that? But anyway. So, for future work, I think it'd be kind of fun to continue volunteering there, honestly.
Yeah.
And you can contribute to the Red Barrel donation bins at grocery stores. You know, after you buy stuff that aren't expired, you can put it in there. Something else you could do is we could find places to donate more healthy food. A lot of it was, and it has to be able to stay like shelf life, but a lot of it, you know, like one whole thing was for pork and beans. And so it'd be interesting to find maybe some healthy alternatives. And then we could also challenge our classmates and family and coworkers to donate their time, especially since, you know, after you say like you went and volunteered, a lot of people are like, wow, that's awesome. Like, good for you. Yeah, and it's a great experience, and you find some weird stuff. Amina always found the weirdest stuff in those bins. She always
the lucky
something
one.
out, and she was like, "What is this?" I was like, "I don't know."
Black bin.
Yeah, and then there were other volunteers there, and it was kind of fun to talk to them. I mean, there was that one, and he liked talking to us.
Okay, so volunteering at DMARC taught me a lot. Taught me to look in my own community for those in need. You know, Des Moines is such a nice city. I never really thought of the amount of people that needed help. And I guess after the Riverbend tour and volunteering at DMARC, it was very, it was a great learning experience for that. And to research what these places need help with, like what donations do they need specifically? Do they need volunteers? So is your time more useful to them than actual food that you might be giving? Yeah, and it just helps your community in general.
Mm-hmm.
Anything.
So for me, volunteering at DMARC also taught me a lot. it, as Betsy said, it really taught me about the community we lived in. You know, I never even realized some of the people we have here, and it kind of almost kind of oblivious to it. But volunteering there, I think all of us, we learned more about uh, more of populations that live here in Des Moines. And when in the future, if I want to volunteer or I know someone that wants to volunteer, I can tell them what to expect, especially if they're going to be at DMARC. I can tell them, like, this is what you're going to do, like, expect this. And then I will heavily advise people to donate food that is not expired, that can actually help people. But yeah, it was a great experience. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, so volunteering at DMARC has taught me like to actively participate in a community and donate spare time, volunteer whenever you have free time. Even if you're not, I mean, I'm not planning to stay in Des Moines after I graduate, but wherever I go, I'm planning to donate my time and be active in the community where I will be living. Um, and donate some stuff, like we have a lot of stuff that we don't need at home. Sometimes some household, they have like a bunch of stuff that they don't need, but it can be beneficial to the community, like all those furnitures and clothing um, from kids or toys, they, some household, they just it, but they don't need it. But if they donate, it can be helpful to the others. So I'm just planning to donate whatever I have in like toys and everything, and donate my time to those organizations like Simple Santé Depot and Salvation Army, and volunteer and be active in the community because it helps the organization and also it helps the people because they will get help they need. So, and I'll also encourage, as Reagan said, encourage others to be part of the community, to spread the word and be like, hey, just donate your time to the community because they need us.
Okay. You want me to read this?
Sure.
Okay. So our team statement, definitely volunteering at DMARC taught us to be good servant leader. It taught us to really listen to instructions for the sake of safety for those, because if we really did have to listen, because if we didn't hear those directions the first day, we could have possibly, put in an expired item in one of the bins, or something like that. So really listening and paying attention to the people that were explaining that to us, um, getting a sense of our community and knowing what it is needed to help everyone. It puts it in perspective for us. And then, of course, having empathy for those that, are depending on the food that we were sorting. And so it really, again, it put it in perspective for us, like we don't have, well, we don't have to do that. So it was just kind of nice, having that feeling of helping others. And it was just a really great feeling. And I think we all really enjoyed it.
Yes.
So, alrighty. Well, that's our presentation.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks.